Welcome back to my channel. You can follow my channel in YouTube by the link displayed on the screen. Also, I have given the same link in the description of this video. In this channel you can find videos and lessons on science topic, mainly based on the syllabus of different boards and councils in India. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it now and press the bell icon, because if you don't press the bell icon, then you will not get the updates of my new videos. So my dear student, keep enjoying. Dear student, in this chapter I am going to explain you about Boyle's law. Boyle's law explains the pressure and volume relationship in gases. To understand this, we can do a very simple experiment. Take a 10 milliliter syringe fitted with a piston. Raise the piston to the 10 ml mark. Block the nozzle of the syringe. Place some weight on the piston. What do you observe? The piston moves downward. When you remove the weight, remove the pressure, release the pressure, then you can find the piston move upwards and come to its original position. Hence, we conclude that when we increase the pressure on the gas inside the syringe, the volume of the gas decreases. When we decrease the pressure on the gas, then the volume increases. This relationship between pressure and volume of a gas was studied systematically by Robert Boyle, and he proposed a law in 1962 which is known as the Boyle's law. He observed that when the temperature is kept constant, the volume of a given mass of gas decreased by half when the pressure was double, and it was double when the pressure was decreased to half. From this observation, he described the behavior of gas in the form of a law which is known as Boyle's law. The statement of the law is given by: volume of a given mass of dry gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at a constant temperature. So now let us come to the mathematical expression of Boyle's law. Suppose the volume of a given mass of dry gas is V1 at a pressure P1 at a constant temperature T, then V1 is inversely proportional to P1. What does it mean? When V1 increases, P1 decreases. When V1 decreases, P1 increases. That is inversely proportional. This also can be written as V1 is equal to K by P1, where K is the constant of proportionality. From this equation we can get P1 V1 is equal to K. Similarly, if the volume of the same dry gas is V2 at a pressure P2, when we change the pressure from P1 to P2, the volume also changes. But remember, the temperature is kept constant. Then once again, according to Boyle's law, V2 will be inversely proportional to P2. That means what we can say, V2 is equal to K by P2. So here we can write P2 V2 is equal to K. Now you can see P1 V1 is equal to K. Here you can see here this one is P1 V1 is equal to K. One minute, children. This one is P1 V1 is equal to K, and here you can see P2 V2 is equal to K. So what does it mean? From this two we can get P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. That means under all conditions the product of pressure and volume will be same for the same mass of gas at the same temperature. This is the mathematical statement of Boyle's law, and thus from this statement Boyle's law can also be stated as the product of volume and pressure of a given mass of dry gas is constant at constant temperature. So I hope you understood this one. Now moving forward, we can see the graphical verification of Boyle's law. Boyle's law can be verified when we plot graphs. So there are different graphs, one by one I will explain you. First graph is volume versus 1 by P. Volume versus 1 by P. So here you can plot the graph, and if you take V 1 by P in the x-axis and V along the y-axis, then you can find a straight line passing through the origin. This shows that when V increases, 1 by P also increases. When V decreases, 1 by P also decreases. The second graph, it is pressure versus volume. When we try to draw pressure versus volume, we have to take pressure in the x along the x-axis and volume along the y-axis. And here you will get a hyperbolic curve in the first quadrant of the graph paper. So this shows that when volume increases, pressure decreases. When pressure increases, volume decreases. Third one is PV versus P. Here I want to remind you, PV is always constant. Whatever pressure you change, the product of pressure and volume is constant. So that one can be seen in the graph. Pressure you have to take along the x-axis and P into V along the y-axis. And here you will get a straight line parallel to the pressure axis. Now we will try to solve some simple numerical based on Boyle's law. First one, problem is a gas occupied 800 cubic centimeter under 760 mm mercury pressure. Find under what pressure the gas will occupy 380 cubic centimeter, the temperature remaining constant. When you see this problem is a very simple problem. The volume of the gas at a certain pressure is given. You have to find the pressure when the volume changes to 380 cubic centimeter. Here temperature is constant, and that is why we can apply Boyle's law. So let us come to the solution. Here P1, you can see P1 is this one. Under pressure, this one we can take as P1, 760, and at this pressure the volume is 800 cubic centimeter. Now you have to find P2 under when the volume becomes this one, 380 cubic centimeter. This is V2. So first of all, you have to find out what information are given. Write down it in your copy, and after that we can move forward. By Boyle's law, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So substitute the value. When we substitute the value, then we will get 760 into 800 is equal to P2 into 380. So on change of subject or change of site, we will get P2 is equal to 760 into 800 by 380. And if you calculate this one, then you will get 1600 mm of mercury. Hence the answer is the required pressure is 1600 mm of mercury. Let us discuss another problem. A gas occupies 600 cubic centimeter under a pressure of 700 mm mercury. Find under what pressure the volume of the gas will be reduced by 20% of its original volume, the temperature remaining constant throughout. So first of all, you know here V1 is given, P1 is given, V2 is not given directly, but from here 20% of its original volume. It is reduced by 20% of its original volume. Can you see this one? So what we can do here, original volume is 600 cubic centimeter. Now what is 20% of 600 we have to find out. After that we can subtract it from the original. So here goes the solution. 20% of 600 cubic centimeter first we have to find out. So how can we find out? It is 600 into 20 by 100, which is equal to, you can find 120 cubic centimeter. Now the final volume will be, the new volume of the gas is 600 minus 120 is equal to 480 cubic centimeter. Now what value we got? P1 is equal to 700 mm mercury, V1 is equal to 600 mm mercury given in the question. Now P2 is, we have to find out when V2 is 480. According to Boyle's law, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Substituting the value, we can get 700 into 600 is equal to P2 into 480. So P2 will be equal to 700 into 600 by 480, which can be calculated as 875 mm of mercury. Now let us come to another numerical. Next numerical. The problem is the capacity of one cylinder is 4 dm3 and that of other is 1 dm3. The pressure in the first cylinder is 560 mm mercury and that in the second is 1000 mm mercury. Both of these cylinders containing carbon dioxide are connected together by a tube fitted with a tap. What will be the final pressure in either cylinder in opening the tap if the temperature remains? Wow, it is a long question. So this question, let me simplify it by drawing a diagram. The capacity of one cylinder is 4 dm3. This is the cylinder. Now there is another cylinder whose volume is given 1 dm3. Now the pressure in the first cylinder is 560 mm mercury. Pressure in the second cylinder is 1000 mm mercury. Now both of these cylinders, they contain carbon dioxide. They are connected by a tube with a tap, fitted with a tap. Now we have to connect. So now you can find the total volume after connection. The total volume is 5 dm3. Is that clear? Total volume of carbon dioxide after opening the tap will be equal to 5 dm3. Okay. So for cylinder 1 first we will see. First cylinder, the original volume is 4 dm3 and the final volume is 5 dm3. Original pressure is 560 mm. What is the final pressure? So instead, in place of P1 I have written 560, B1 4 dm3, P2 we don't know, and final volume V2 is equal to 5. So from this what we will get? P2 will be equal to 560 into 4 by 5. 560 into 4 by 5, which can be calculated as 448 millimeter mercury. Now for the second cylinder we will see. Second cylinder, you can see the pressure is 1000 mercury. The pressure is 1000 mercury. This pressure you can see, it is 1000 mercury and the volume is 1 dm3. Final volume the same, 5 dm3. V2 is equal to 5. So P1 is equal to 1000, V1 is equal to 1 dm3, V2 is equal to 5 dm3. We have to find out P2. So Boyle's law we can use here. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Substitute the value. P1 is equal to 1000, V1 is equal to 1 dm3. 1000 into 1 is equal to P2 into 5. So P2 will be equal to 1000 into 1 by 5. So this one is calculated, 5 2s are 10, 200 mm of mercury. So the final pressure is the addition of the pressure due to the first cylinder and pressure due to the second cylinder. This is pressure due to the first cylinder, this is pressure due to the second cylinder. So the final pressure we can get by adding these two. 448 plus 200 is equal to 648 mm of mercury. Now we will see a last problem. The volume of a given mass of a gas with some pieces of marble in a container at 750 mm mercury pressure is 100 ml. If the pressure is changed to 1000 mm mercury, the new volume is 80 ml. Find the volume occupied by the marble pieces if the temperature remains constant. So this problem also seems very difficult, very long question. So let me simplify it. The volume of a given mass of a gas with some pieces of marble in a container at 750 mm mercury pressure. So first of all we will see a cylinder is there, okay, and its capacity is 100 ml. Its capacity is 100 ml. Now in this cylinder there are some marble pieces, and the volume of the marble pieces we don't know, we have to find out. So I have taken, suppose it is V ml. Okay, so what is the volume of the gas? Now 100 minus V ml. Okay, remember this one. Now we have to, now the pressure here is 750 mm mercury. Now what we will do, we will increase the pressure to 1000 mm. So this is the condition in the first side. P1 is equal to 750, V1 is equal to 100 minus V. Okay, now we will change the pressure. Pressure is changed to 1000 mm. Then what happens? The volume decreases to 80 mm. Now you can see when the pressure is 1000 mm, volume of the gas excluding these marble pieces of marble, it will be 80 minus V, this area only, 80 minus V, that is V2, and this is P2. So we can use Boyle's law here. Okay, let the volume occupied by the marble pieces be V ml. At 750 mm mercury, the volume occupied by the gas is 100 minus V ml, as we discussed it earlier. At 1000 mm mercury, the volume occupied by the gas is 80 minus V ml. Now Boyle's law can be applied here. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Hence, in place of P1 I have written 750. In place of V1 I have written 100 minus V. Okay, let me highlight you so that you can understand. This one is P1, 750. Here I have already, we have discussed this one. And this one is V1, 100 minus V. V is the volume of the marble. In case of P2 I have written 1000. From here I got 1000. And in case of V I have written 80 minus V. V, it is the volume of the marble pieces. Is that clear? Now when we solve this one, then we will get 25 V is equal to 500 ml. I have not done all the steps here. So V is equal to 20 ml. And what is V? The volume of the marble pieces. So find the volume occupied by the marble pieces is our question. Now the volume occupied by the marble pieces is 20 ml. Dear student, I believe that you like my video and find it useful. If it is so, then please like the video and share it as much as you can. I also request you to give your feedback in the comment section, which will be very helpful to improvise my lessons and videos. Very soon I will come back with a new topic of science. Till then, continue learning, keep enjoying, have a nice day.